You're listening to the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play.
The options market can be a confusing place. Sorting through the daily avalanche of data, alerts, updates, articles, and analysis to find the most important information is an overwhelming prospect. But now you have help. Welcome to the Options News Rundown, the only program that breaks through the noise to bring you the most important news and information from the world of options. Every day we bring you the top 5 option stories curated by the options experts at theoptionsinsider.com, the premier source for free options information. The Options News Rundown is brought to you by Market Taker Mentoring, the leader in option trader education. Get trader education, daily trade ideas, and more with a free 1-week trial of Market Taker Mentoring's live Advantage group coaching class by visiting markettaker.com/insider. And now it's time to break through the noise. It's time for your Options News Rundown.
Good morning. Today is Wednesday, May 23rd, 2018. This is your Options News Rundown. I'm Dan Passarelli. Our first story today is from investing.com. It's the top 5 things to know in the market on Wednesday. First thing to know is Fed minutes are in focus. The Federal Reserve will release the minutes of its most recent policy meeting at 2 p.m. Eastern Time Wednesday, which may provide further insight into the conversation among policymakers ahead of their May 2nd decision to keep interest rates unchanged. The minutes will be monitored closely for the Fed's views on inflation and how fast that can affect the current rate hiking path. Second thing to know is global stocks are hit by geopolitical uncertainty. Global stocks continued under pressure on Wednesday as geopolitical uncertainty once again reared its ugly head. Wall Street ended lower on Tuesday after U.S. President Donald Trump said he was not pleased with the recent U.S.-China trade talks that took place last week, dampening the positive sentiment seen since Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin announced over the weekend that the trade war was on hold. Trump also raised doubts about whether the U.S.-North Korea summit would take place as planned on June 12th, amid concerns that North Korean leader Kim Jong-un is resistant to giving up his nuclear weapons. Third thing to know, UK inflation data sends cable to 2018 low. The pound hit a fresh 5-month low against the dollar on Wednesday, as a reading of the annual inflation unexpectedly slowed to 2.4%, its lowest since March 2017. The low level of inflation may ease pressure on the Bank of England to move forward with policy tightening, although Bank of England Governor Mark Carney testified to the UK Treasury Select Committee on Tuesday that the central bank expects interest rates to rise at a limited and gradual rate. Traders remain split over whether there will be a rate hike in August. Fourth thing to know is the euro hits a 5-month low against the dollar on weak private sector growth. The euro was near a 5-month low after private sector growth in the Eurozone fell to its slowest pace in 18 months in May. The Flash Eurozone Composite Output Index, which measures the combined output of both the manufacturing and service sectors, registered a reading of 54.1 in May, compared to expectations for a reading of 55 even. And the fifth thing to note today is oil drops amid reports that OPEC considers an output increase. Oil prices edged lower on Wednesday as reports that OPEC could increase output as soon as June weighed on sentiments and investors looked ahead to weekly U.S. inflation data. Worries over Iranian and Venezuelan supply, along with the fact that Washington raised concerns the oil rally was going too far, may lead to an agreement to raise production. That, according to OPEC and oil industry sources cited by Reuters. Our second story today is from CNBC.com. Weekly mortgage refinances dropped to an 18-year low as rates jump. A sharp rise in interest rates last week meant far fewer homeowners could benefit from a mortgage refinance. That was the primary driver behind a 2.6% drop in total mortgage application volume last week, according to the Mortgage Bankers Association seasonally adjusted report. Volume was 10.5% lower than a year ago. Refinance volume has been falling for the past month as rates rise, dipping another 4% last week to the lowest level since December 2000. Refinances are 27% lower than a year ago and now make up just under 36% of mortgage application volume. Most borrowers who are able to qualify refinanced during the last 5 years as rates stalled near record lows. Our third story today is from NASDAQ.com. China Inc. returns to U.S. soybean market as trade tensions ease. China's state grain stockpiler has returned this week to the U.S. soybean market for the first time since early April, a sign Beijing is preparing to resume purchases as trade tensions between the world's two top economies ease, sources said. The renewed interest in the oilseed used in animal feed follows Beijing's pledge at the weekend to buy more U.S. goods from its top trading partner, including agricultural products. China made the pledge to avert a trade war that could damage the global economy. State grains buyer Sino Grain asked about U.S. origin soybean prices this week after being largely absent for the last 6 weeks, two sources with knowledge of the matter said. Our final story today is from Investing.com. Israel's defense expertise drives tech boom for autonomous cars. Technology that has helped Israel's military drive tanks, guide and intercept missiles, and keep its computer systems secure is being redeployed in the development of driverless cars. Investment from firms seeking access to Israeli expertise in automated driving, much of it gathered by engineers during their conscription, is pouring into startups. U.S. chip maker Intel, German auto supplier Continental, Samsung, Daimler, Ford Motor, and GM are among those to have bought startups or set up their own development centers in Israel. Inexperience in car making, distance from traditional auto centers, and competition from other tech sectors for top staff are a challenge for investors. Israeli auto tech startups still raised almost as much as similar U.S. companies last year. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is news that you can use for today, May 23rd, 2018, your Options News Rundown. I'm Dan Passarelli, Trade Smart, and have a great day.
Thank you for listening to the Options News Rundown. To learn more about these stories or any other developments from the world of options, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com, the premier source for free options information. The Options News Rundown is brought to you by Market Taker Mentoring, the leader in option trader education. Get trader education, daily trade ideas, and more with a free 1-week trial of Market Taker Mentoring's live Advantage group coaching class by visiting markettaker.com/insider.
The preceding program was a production of the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play. Don't forget to follow along with your favorite programs and submit your own questions for the hosts at twitter.com/options, facebook.com/theoptionsinsider, or via questions@theoptionsinsider.com.